You've probably to build good habits before. Maybe you joined a gym on January 1st, bought a planner to finally get organized, downloaded Duolingo to learn Spanish. How long did that last? A week? Maybe 2. Here's what nobody tells you. You didn't fail because you lacked discipline. You failed because you were using the completely wrong strategy. There's a guy named Jerry Seinfeld who became one of the most successful comedians of all time. You know his secret? He hung a calendar on his wall and put a red X over every day he wrote jokes. His only rule: don't break the chain. That's it. No motivation speeches. No vision boards. Just don't break the chain. Today I'm breaking down Atomic Habits by James Clear, and the 5 insights that will completely change how you think about building habits. Because here's the truth: you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Let's begin. Insight 1. Your habits are compounding interest for your life. If you get 1% better every single day for a year, you're not 365% better. You're 37 times better. That's how math works with compound interest. But here's the problem: it also works in reverse. If you get 1% worse every day, you decline down to nearly 0. Eating 1 burger won't make you obese. Skipping 1 workout won't make you out of shape. But doing it every day, that compounds into serious health problems. On the flip side, reading 10 pages a day seems like nothing. But that's 3,650 pages a year. That's like 12 to 15 books. Most people don't read 1 book a year. Here's where it gets brutal. Habits feel like they do nothing in the moment. You go to the gym once. You look in the mirror. Nothing changed, so you assume it's not working. You study for an hour. Still don't get it. So you quit. James Clear calls this the valley of disappointment. It's that gap where you're putting in work, but seeing 0 results. Most people quit here. But there's this thing called the plateau of latent potential. Imagine an ice cube in a room at 25 degrees. You start heating it. 26 degrees. Still frozen. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 degrees. Still nothing. Then it hits 32 degrees. Suddenly, the ice melts. Did all the change happen at 32 degrees? No. It was accumulating the whole time. You just couldn't see it. That's how habits work. You don't see results for weeks or months. And then suddenly, everything clicks. The problem is most people give up at 31 degrees. Insight 2. Forget goals, build systems instead. Here's something controversial. Goals are overrated. Every Olympian has the goal of winning a gold medal. But only one person wins. The person who wins isn't the one with the biggest goal. It's the one with the best system. You want to lose 20 pounds. That's a goal. But what happens when you hit it? You celebrate, stop your diet, and gain it all back. A system is different. A system says, I'm the type of person who goes to the gym 3 times a week. No end date. No finish line. Just a lifestyle. Goals are about the destination. Systems are about the journey. And here's the kicker. You don't actually need goals to make progress. You just need good systems. James Clear tells this story about British cycling. In 2003, they'd won 1 gold medal in 100 years. Then they hired Dave Brailsford, who had this philosophy: the aggregation of marginal gains. He didn't set a goal to win the Tour de France. He built a system. They redesigned bike seats. They tested fabrics in wind tunnels. They taught riders how to wash their hands to avoid getting sick. Tiny improvements. Everywhere. 5 years later, British cyclists dominated the Olympics. They won 60% of all gold medals, not because they set bigger goals, because they built better systems. Insight 3. You don't build habits, you build identity. Most people approach habits backwards. They say, I want to run a marathon, so they start running. And then they hate it, so they quit. Here's what actually works. Instead of focusing on what you want to achieve, focus on who you want to become. Don't say, I want to run a marathon. Say, I want to become a runner. When you focus on outcomes, you're relying on motivation. And motivation runs out. But when you focus on identity, every action becomes a vote for the type of person you want to be. Every time you go to the gym, you're voting to be a fit person. Every time you write 1 sentence, you're voting to be a writer. Here's an example. 2 people trying to quit smoking. Someone offers them a cigarette. Person A says, no thanks, I'm trying to quit. Person B says, no thanks, I'm not a smoker. Who succeeds? Person B, because they've changed their identity. Your habits shape your identity, and your identity shapes your habits. The question isn't, what do I want to achieve? The question is, who do I want to become? And then, what would that type of person do? Insight 4. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. Let me destroy a myth. Willpower is overrated. Successful people don't have more willpower. They design their environment so they don't need willpower. Here's a study. Scientists gave people either a small bucket of popcorn or a large bucket. Same popcorn. Same movie. The people with large buckets ate 53% more. Not because they were hungrier. Because it was there. Your environment shapes your behavior. Want to eat healthier? Don't buy junk food. If it's not in your house, you can't eat it. Want to read more? Put a book on your pillow. Want to stop scrolling? Delete social media apps. James Clear calls this environment design. Make good habits obvious and bad habits invisible. A guy wanted to practice guitar more, so he put his guitar in the middle of his living room. Just seeing it made him pick it up more often. Before that, it was in the closet. Out of sight, out of mind. Here's another strategy. Habit stacking. Attach a new habit to an existing habit. After I pour my morning coffee, I will meditate for 1 minute. After I close my laptop, I will do 10 push-ups. The easier you make good habits and the harder you make bad habits, the less willpower you need. Insight 5. Never miss twice. You will mess up. You'll skip a workout. That's life. The question is, what do you do next? Most people miss once and think, well, I already ruined it. Might as well give up. James Clear has a simple rule. Never miss twice. Missing once is an accident. Missing twice is the start of a new habit. If you miss a workout Monday, go Tuesday. If you eat terribly on Saturday, make Sunday clean. One mistake doesn't destroy progress. It's the compounding mistakes that kill you. And here's the other side. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for consistency. You don't need to work out for 2 hours. Just do 10 push-ups. You don't need to write 1,000 words. Just write 1 sentence. On your worst days, do the absolute minimum. But do something. Because showing up is more important than performing. So here's what Atomic Habits is really teaching you. Small habits compound into massive results. Goals are overrated. Systems are everything. You become the type of person who achieves outcomes. Your environment matters more than willpower. And when you mess up, never miss twice. None of this will give you instant results. But in a year, you won't even recognize your life. Information without action is useless. If this video helped you, subscribe for more breakdowns. And start today. Pick one tiny habit. Make it so easy you can't say no. And don't break the chain. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is right now.